Rival House Network. Howdy, everybody. Got another BTM commentary here. It's very special. Zach is here as always. I know he gets upset when I don't announce him first.
What's up?
But the real man of the hour, we got Riverman in tow.
What's up? The fucking Riverman, he's coming to fucking just bust some fat ass nuts in your tits.
Absolutely. We got the pump.
Riverman, we're always stoked to have him on here. We want him on more often. But I do question a thing or two. I was listening... Well, I was thinking about it after we had talked to River and asked him if he wanted to jump on this week. Because we usually ask him, should we let him have so much control over the show? Because he'll only come on the show. It's seldom, but when he does, what are you doing? What are you doing? It has to be like worth his time. I'm like, we shouldn't cater to you so much. I
was making sure it wasn't a Pauly Shore movie.
All right, no, you're super, dude. Either you're in BTM, you're not in BTM. So I sit through garbage. I've sat through every Pauly Shore movie like a fucking trooper. You know, sometimes you just got to do it. But regardless, this one's very special. This is Total Recall we're doing. And I know we said we were kind of tackling requests in the month of January. Who knows? Technically, Riverman requested this because, like we said, we have to roll out the red carpet.
I'm sure somebody else requested it too. We gotten so many requests. We might as well just do any movie we want. I'm sure someone requested it at some point.
Yeah, fair enough. But this one's a good one just because Riverman and I bond on this one quite a bit. We go way back with this one. So, I mean, I'll save some of the banter for when the movie actually gets going, which we can do right now. We're watching it on Amazon Prime. You know, if you're like us, you have copies of it on VHS, Blu-ray, DVD, and everything else. But for your convenience, it is on Prime. So we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah, we watched this. They're watching it on fucking Amazon Prime. I watched the Blu-ray mind-bending edition. Just get past the Paramount logo, and then the next logo is this one that we're seeing now. It's fucking, what is this?
Canal
Studios.
Studio Canal, my bad.
Okay, that's where we're starting, baby. This is a mind-bending Blu-ray. This is a fucking dog-ass movie. We're seeing that fucking TriStar logo. We got that fucking Pegasus. I want to fuck it. I bet it's got a huge-ass fucking cock. You think a Pegasus cock has a fucking horn on it?
I don't know. Todd, Zach is really... he's getting off to an early start, huh?
I would go with the mind-bending Blu-ray because, yeah, the original Blu-ray was fucking terrible. Quality was awful.
It was fucking shit.
It looked awful.
They even made a special fucking featurette of what the original Blu-ray looked like compared to this one. It was pretty donk.
No shit, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, I think so, if I remember right. I think I remember you guys saying it. That's why I went out and bought it.
I had to rebuy it because I bought the crappy version.
And you wouldn't even know the difference. It just has like a fucking orange strip on top.
Yeah.
The covers are the same, which I'm not mad about because it's technically the theatrical artwork.
Why would you show that? Why would you glorify your fuck up, assuming it's the same people that put up the bad version too? The bad transfer?
Yeah, it probably wasn't.
Well, they did release a steelbook of this, of the mind-bending edition at one point, and it had the Kawato hand and the stone.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
It was pretty cool. I mean, I obviously didn't want to double dip because I paid $5 for the other one. I'm like, I'm not going to get it again. I got 3 million copies of this movie.
But they were, when I went to Best Buy, when I picked this up, the mind-bending edition, they had the regular edition on there too. Like they were trying to unload it and trick people. So yeah. I was pretty pissed off about that.
So somebody could have went there to get the mind-bending edition and saw, because they both look the same. Mm-hmm. There's just a little thing on the top to indicate the mind-bending edition.
So, Zach, I know you're not the biggest action guy, as you said. Do you label this more of an action or more of a sci-fi, or does it have enough other elements in it too?
This is one of my favorite sci-fi movies.
It's great.
I love this movie. This dog.
I like this movie, and I like the things that this movie and Philip K. Dick, all his work, inspired too. So, like, I like the game Flashback. You know, that old, I think it was on fucking Amiga and DOS and eventually Super Nintendo. it's basically a very, very similar story. You don't know who you are. You're like an agent. I love this stuff.
This is the best Arnold film in my opinion. I know you're a big T2 guy, but if T2 is number 1, this is probably number 2, but it's hard not to give it to T2. I mean, I could see how this could be somebody's favorite, and in a lot of ways, there's parts of me that wants to say it as well. And Paul Verhoeven's fucking awesome. I mean, this is his best movie. I mean, as much as I love RoboCop, he's never topped this one. But no, it's just hard not to give it to T2 and everything it achieved.
I might put RoboCop above this one a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't.
No.
Paul Verhoeven was going to have a movie coming out this year that just got pushed back today, apparently.
What was it?
It's something about a nun. I don't know much about it.
We just had a movie like that. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why they pushed it back.
This movie looks fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it still looks good.
The effects still hold up. It's dog shit.
It's kind of dated to a period, but it looks cool. It doesn't look bad.
There's really one effect that as soon as you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's an effect. But the rest of them hold up, I think.
The Arnold head?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a classic vintage Arnold movie if you don't have like a fake Arnold prosthetic face and head like Terminator.
Exactly. I want to have one of those fucking heads like fucking every night. I would.
Which one do you like better, the Terminator or the one? This one's cool.
Yeah,
with his eyes bulging out.
Yeah. See, you would want this one because then you could make his eyes bulge out right when you're coming, and it'd make it awesome.
I like how gritty this movie looks. It looks very, very, when did this come out? 1990?
80s, late 80s?
80, yeah, 1990. It was 90.
It was 90, yeah, I fucking got it right.
So it was probably made in 1989.
I love it, man. I like how it looks, and it like I said, it looks like a product from that era, but I enjoy stuff from that era, so it's all good.
Sharon Stone looks dark as fuck in this movie.
The only movie she looks good in.
Oh, yeah, fuck you. I'd always fuck Sharon Stone. Actually, this is the only movie I really know her from, so you could be right.
You saw her in Disaster Artist, technically.
Disaster Artist. Yeah, I forgot. That movie just hit $7.
Oh, really? Like for...
On Amazon.
Oh, Amazon?
Prime.
Gotcha.
Right, yeah, if you got Prime, it's only $7.
Yeah, but I don't I always liked how you could see her nip,
I always liked the part where she said you can tie me up. When I was a kid, dude, I was like, oh god.
This is pretty dog. It gets kind of rapey here for a second. I get a boner.
Look at the veins bulging when he's grabbing her.
He's like,
you coming to me?
Yeah, you're gonna fuck me whether you want to or not, bitch. That'd be dank.
I'm gonna treat you like my maid.
Let's do it, go to Moss.
See, this movie could have taken a different turn.
This movie is so quotable, too. It's going to be hard not to just shout out the one-liners all throughout this. Like, we just missed, you're the good of my dreams. That's a big one. That Riverman and I have been telling each other we're each other's girls of our dreams. Oh, this turned me on so much, dude. When she undid her lace,
Yeah, just imagine nutting on that chest.
No, man, you just imagine... running your hand up and down like the flat. She's got those breasts that are like kind of flat. She's got a little bit.
Look, that's his nut right there. He just saved it. He's gonna drink it.
Protein, yeah.
Exactly.
It's got to get bigger.
I always think it's really fascinating when you watch these movies that are supposed to be taking place in the future, and they don't quite ever get it exactly right. So they have predictions like, look, the TV in the wall, yet our TVs look better now, but whatever. But some of the stuff is still very retro and dated. Like some stuff they try and advance, but the other stuff they don't even hit.
We technically do have TVs in the wall now, but it doesn't look like that. See, we got widescreen now. They didn't see that coming.
And that doesn't look very HD. Yeah. It looks like the same definition that we're watching on this movie.
Actually, I think it gets bigger here in a minute, so maybe it does become widescreen.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
The whole wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically. So that is pretty cool. Why was he mixing his protein drink with a burr mixer? He doesn't have a legit blender.
It's because he ain't no beta. He knows how to do it. He's like, I fucking do it the way I wants to.
I always thought he had teeth like a fucking Ninja Turtle. Big, wide fucking piano teeth.
He does. That's why he never smiles.
Piano key teeth, dude.
His teeth are Dog, like fucking, I would see. Imagine like, you get a piano, you could get the fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger teeth piano, or the keys look like his teeth. I would buy that piano.
Yeah, I'm trying to stack this up against T2. I'm weighing the pros and cons of each movie. And I don't know. There's parts of me that wants to say this is the better movie sometimes, but like I said, it's hard to not give it to T2. This movie has great villains. But T2's probably got an even better villain. Everything's just the special effects in this are great. It's hard to ignore that the ones in T2 really holds up. I got the 4K T2 because I got a 4K player finally over the holiday. And man, that fucking 4K looks gorgeous. It's the one that James Cameron and everybody literally cleaned up over the last summer and re-put out in the theaters. Mm-hmm. It looks fucking insane. It looks like a movie that it could be on TV tomorrow and you would think it was new. It looks so good on that 4K. It doesn't look dated at all.
Yeah, I think T2 it's in a league above any other Arnold movie. It's just grandfathered in as the best to be. Whenever you talk about best Arnold movie, you almost got to, not counting T2. That's the only way you're gonna get a fucking good answer because everybody will just say T2.
Well, I know it's a hipster response to say, no, the first Terminator. It's so gritty. I love the first Terminator, and Terminator, the original, will definitely round out the top 3. But, man, I can't lie to myself. I get it. T2's more family. It's a big blockbuster. It's commercial with Guns N' Roses blaring on the soundtrack and big explosions. It's not exploitation, and it doesn't have sort of that... I don't know. The first one's almost kind of got like a horror movie at times, right? I know the cool answer is to say, well, I like the first one, but man, the second one was just so perfect. The second movie did what it was trying to be. It nailed it. What it was trying to be. It's so good.
Yeah, see, you gotta be totally fucking Omega and say, no, I like fucking Salvation. That's the best movie. This fucking, fucking James Cameron, he's a fucking hack. Fucking that one's the best one. He had nothing to do with it. Fucking Mick G, man. Mick G.
I would like to see...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's horrible. I know. Well, I know you're fucking trolling, man. I would like to see somebody really do a fucking good job at transferring this movie. As much as I like the grittiness of it, I would like to see...
It looks great. What are you talking about?
I like how it looks, man, but I'm kind of a video... I'm a sucker for, audio and visual, and I like to see how good they can make something look.
Oh, fuck you. It looks perfect. If you can't tell it was shot on film, then it's too good, so fuck that.
Wow.
You gotta leave some of that grittiness.
I like it, but... When you watch T2, for example, it's weird because when you do such a good job, especially with that 4K transferring, most of the movie, like I said, just the normal scenes, man, it looks like it.
Oh, look at this scene! I love this.
His bicep with a vein, dude, bulging like a dick. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just always picture him with those arms just jacking off in my face.
Like
just imagine that, like
he's drilling your.
Harry from Vic.
I just thought of remember back in the day when fucking Arnold first came out, he had a mole on his jaw or something.
Yeah, got it removed.
What the fuck happened to that?
He has it in the Pumping Iron documentary.
I want to see a movie about that mole. Like, what happened to the mole when he cut it off? Did it become a Quado of its own and start fucking destroying worlds? I want to know. When
he got his first starring role his first real starring role in Terminator, man, his agent or somebody said, "All right, let's get rid of the mole."
He's it could have been burned out. He could have been like Robert De Niro. Why'd they get the mole off there?
No, but you guys should watch the 4K T2 sometime because what I was trying to say was just looking at the basic shots and stuff, dude, it looks so good. It came out today. But some of the effects, it makes the effects like the T-1000 shit look campier. Like, oh, okay, well.
That's what I figured.
I mean, Those always looked cool to me too, but it's like, whoa, those look really cartoon. But I still love it, man. It's still really neat to see.
That's kind of a cool effect. something satisfying about seeing things like that. Just touch something and then it changes color. You ever watch those videos on YouTube like, a factory, they're making fucking, some kind of plastic, and it's like, oh, it's so satisfying. I watch that shit for hours. And come.
Hours.
It's pretty dog. I don't watch it for hours, but I could.
So this movie's in the deep future, but his jacket that he's wearing screams 1990. But I guess technically fashion always comes and goes and it eventually recycles itself back. Maybe 1990 fashion.
Yeah, fun fact. This movie takes place in 2084, so just a little bit longer, and this will be us.
I mean, we got more time before we hit that date than we do from the time this movie came out. So I wouldn't say we're close.
I say we're close.
I mean,
I would definitely do the Total Recall thing. I would go to Recall and do it. I think it'd be great, dude.
Yeah, but it'd be like it with any technology where I'd want all the first waves of all the beta shit to get. I'd want to watch everybody else get lobotomized and make sure it was, because you don't buy technology when it's brand new, right? You wait for someone to, go through all the fuck ups and everybody returns and recalls and shit, and no pun intended. I wouldn't jump right into it.
I'd be fine being the test subject, tested on. Yeah, somebody's got to step up to what you betas are going to do. I'll go in and be lobotomized.
Well, we're going to have virtual reality almost to this point someday. I really think we will.
I don't know.
Come on.
Don't bullshit me.
Don't bullshit me. Did he get a refund too?
Yeah, see, that guy told him that he nearly got lobotomized. He said you did, and he just lets that slide. Like any real guy would be like, hey, he did get lobotomized. We nearly, come on, let's be real here. What's the cutoff point for what's nearly or is lobotomized? I mean, is there that fine line that you walk over and, I wasn't lobotomized just a second ago, but now I am. It's
such a trippy premise. It's not like you're going into virtual reality and you get to experience it and you come out. They're just giving you the memory.
Yeah.
And so he could wake up or he could, I don't know if he's supposed to fall asleep during this procedure or what. We don't really get a chance to see it, obviously, because he freaks out. And
you think it would just take like a second? They just implant it and then it's like, okay, you're done. You remember that time you did that? That was dank, wasn't it?
That's probably what it is. But we don't get a chance to see that because all of a sudden they blow his cover and blow my cover and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that's crazy, though. You're paying for that, and all of a sudden, I have this giant memory.
That's where I was thinking about this, like the last time I watched this. That's where it's supposed to be your memory, and you're supposed to think it's real. So why would they add this thing where, you could go as a playboy, or these things you're not, because then it's not real. You know what I mean?
You're going to come back, and you'll be like, I never did that.
Yeah.
It's going to be reduced to nothing but a vivid dream you felt you once had. It's not a real memory. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I have no idea what the currency translates to. How many, what does he say? A measly 600 credits? How many credits is it?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, if it's crazy money, if that's the equivalent of like $6,000 today, no thanks. That's not worth it. I mean, if he wants to fuck a sleazy athletic slut, I mean, he could just go get a prostitute.
Why'd he do that when he's got Sharon Stone, though?
I don't know.
Sharon Stone was dog in this movie. Look how happy he is. He's thinking about fucking Sharon Stone. I think you heard me say that.
I am a big fan of movies that tackle endings like this, but do it right, the ambiguous ending.
Oh, it was a great ending, I thought.
A perfect fucking ending.
It's perfect. It's obviously very clear when there's movies that try to have the ambiguous ending, and it's such a cop out. It's so tacked on. So many people fail at it. This movie's perfect. This movie's so perfect, and you could have equal debate on either side what the outcome is. Is he dreaming? Was it real? All that stuff.
Are we going to debate that? Are we going to get into that?
No, because I don't think there's a definitive answer. There's no reason to.
I think there is. I think it's obvious he was fucking dreaming it.
You think it's obvious?
Yeah.
What makes it so obvious? I'm curious.
I don't know. All the shit. He picks the chick and she's right there. We see her. And then we see her later.
No, but that's part of the thing, though, where the reason why he picked all that stuff is because he has lived it. It's like a repressed memory. That's the question.
Oh, those are just three very generic things. There's no way they would have just picked the right chick.
I wish you would have said homo instead of hetero.
That would have been dog.
We used to always do that. Not only do we quote movies, we alter quotes to movies and then we say them to ourselves and people really don't get what the fuck we're talking about. We do that all the time. Homo? And like, what are you guys doing? Like, well, we're doing our version of the Total Recall selection.
You think if they would have done, like, see it, what if this was like the Bender Snatch or whatever that's called, that fucking Black Swan, Black Mirror thing, and we could just choose the shit. We could have changed it to homo, and then he could have been fucking Quado later in the movie.
I didn't watch that whole Bandersnatch thing, that whole choose your adventure. I don't know how they did that or what it's supposed to be about. What's the deal? Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
You gotta, like, the thing is though, whenever you're watching it and then the credits happen, don't just exit out of it because it keeps going. Like, you could go back and change things, and then things change, and it becomes self-aware. Like, oh yeah, fucking somebody's choosing my decisions for me. It's interesting. I'd say check it out.
I'll have to give it a whirl. So I get it. If he wasn't just dreaming, how would he see Melina on the screen if it was somebody he really knew in real life? But he was all drowsy, you know?
Yeah.
It's like we could just be seeing what Arnold is seeing or thinks he's seeing. You know, when he's kind of getting drowsy and stuff, maybe his real. I think it's plenty ambiguous. What are they watching? Oh, so this chick's in a fucking weightlifting?
Fuck yeah.
Porno?
She's she's getting that muscle milk and shit. She's getting the proteins. Yeah, this is. I like to imagine him getting like this every time you fuck him, and like right, he's gonna cover your face as he starts making this face right here.
Okay,
I sent you that gift today, Aaron.
Yeah, I saw it. I sent it to Zach. I forwarded it to him. All right, so I have a question. In defense of the whole argument of whether it's a dream or reality. So, if this is a dream, why would it go against the package? The package should have him waking up just like on Mars as a secret agent, right?
Because that's exactly why you wouldn't do that, so that they think it's real, baby.
No,
it goes into what I said earlier.
But if it was legit a dream, I'm just going to assume they did their job right. Why would we be seeing all this stuff? He would literally just wake up and he'd be on Mars. He'd be a secret agent. Or does it imply, if it's a dream, that he's laying in a bed somewhere lobotomized and he's one of the victims of being lobotomized and it was botched?
We're talking about the fucking agency here. Shut up! I love this part.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I remember, I think Paul Verhoeven or someone said that the ending, whenever the bright light happens, it's supposed to indicate that he's lobotomized, or you could take it that way. That's why it was put there or something.
Interesting. I'm curious. I've never read the book, and I wonder what Philip K. Dick would say about it if he had a definitive. I don't know if the book ends the same way, if it's ambiguous like the film, or
it's a short story.
A short story. For all I know, the Colin Farrell remake is more, faithful to the book. I don't fucking know.
Hey, you never know.
But I'm curious of what the book says. In fact, I got that Audible, that holiday deal that you were talking about.
Oh yeah.
And I haven't redeemed my free books yet, so I'm thinking about good books. If you want to recommend me something, I'm taking a mental note.
What's the deal?
It's over now. It was 3 months for, what was it, like $4.99, Zach?
Yeah, something, yeah. Cheaper.
Yeah, Audible for the first 3 months, you only pay like $4 or $5 per month. And with it, you get a free book too that you always own. It's a good deal. And I'm trying to make a short list of the books that I want to get, when I get my credits. So I don't know if you have any recommendations.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting they did a new Pet Cemetery one.
Yeah.
The guy from Dexter did it or something.
And what's funny? They have It, which is not an old version of it, and they have Steven Weber, who played Jack Torrance in the Mick Garris Shining. He does the audio reading for It, which is obviously a behemoth. I thought about getting Pet Sematary, but I've read Pet Sematary before, so it's like, do I really want to waste it on that? It's been a long time, and it is extremely faithful to the movie, so it's like, am I really going to get something, a real new experience out of that one? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, Riverman, did you see that I got Pet Sematary 1 and 2 in the box? Did you check those out? Oh, sorry, Voodoo?
Yeah, I did. I haven't watched them yet, but yeah, you said they were in HD though, right?
Yeah, it says, they're both in HD and Pet Sematary 2 as well, so I'm not too sure how good that looks, but...
No Blu-ray of Pet Sematary 2 exists, and we got it on HD, babe. It's dog.
Oh, did you get it? Did it show up on your side too, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I watched the first Pet Sematary last week. Not on Vudu, I just watched my Blu-ray. I felt like watching it, which is weird because I feel like I've watched that movie twice in the last couple of years, which is a lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been pretty much just watching Vudu for movies. That and then also Amazon, so.
Endzone, what's that?
Amazon?
Oh, Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, look at her, that outfit, though.
It's a lot like the Michael Rappaport scene with his fucking in the 6th Day where he's got the hologram woman, which the 6th Day sucks. It's, the inferior futuristic Arnold movie.
Yeah.
It's okay. I still enjoy watching it.
It's not good. It's like a 5 out of 10. It's really just kind of there.
That's why I said it's okay.
It's forgettable to me. I forget it exists. I don't like Eraser either.
I forget Eraser exists.
Ugh.
Aptly named title,
Well, it has what's her name, and I can't stand the woman in that.
Fuck.
Vanessa Williams or
Vanessa Williams.
Ugh.
And that was in the twilight of James Caan's career when he was playing the villain in all those shitty movies,
Yeah.
He was also the villain in Bulletproof with Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans.
The only thing I remember from Eraser was out of nowhere there's a fucking crocodile or something.
Yeah.
Called Dis an Illusion.
See, why isn't he fucking her right now? I would be. Use that blood to lube up your cock.
Hello.
Always like Richter. Yeah. Is that what he says?
Or is this hello?
Oh, hello. He always kind of looked like a reject Jack Nicholson.
God, have you seen him recently? Man, he looks horrible.
Yeah, he's horrible. Last time I saw him was it in, it was either The Avengers or like The Dark Knight Rises. He was in one of those comic book movies of the last, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and I saw him in that. I think he was like a captain of a naval ship.
Mm.
But I'm sure he does. He's really old. Hey, full circle. Damon Wayans, he was in Major Payne. He was that one dude's drunk father. How about give me a little salute, soldier?
This is one of the best quotes coming up. Rory, why are you doing this, Rory?
Why are you doing this, Rory? I don't know, it's funny. Rory's like Rory Culkin. It's really a name. Why is he surprised? He couldn't tell that was his wife? I could.
Your father, Rory Gardner. That's a movie I've been wanting to watch again is fucking Heavyweights. I haven't watched it since we did the commentary.
I still think we should do a live action Disney exploitation month. There's so many movies we can do. Fuck, I'd like to do all 3 of the Mighty Ducks movies for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
We could do the shitty ones like Kid and King Arthur's Court too.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. It was a very classic yet a dark time for Disney where their quality control wasn't up to what it is today. Like I said, you had movies like First Kid.
They're letting Trimark put their VHSs out on that day, on that movie.
Yeah. I wonder, First Kid too. Like, I think I mentioned this to Mac when we did a commentary. I like First Kid. But to me, it's no better than a made-for-TV Disney movie. But that was theatrical. Like, this slid past.
What about The Big Green?
I never watched The Big Green. That had...
Was that Disney or was it...
A Hambino. I think it was Disney, wasn't it?
It was Disney, and it also had the Goot in it, and Olivia Diabo.
Yeah.
We could make that... Hey, So we can do a Disney exploitation month, and we end it with the last film of that month being The Big Green, and it's a segue into Goot exploitation.
That would be dog. We could do It Takes Two also. It's on Amazon Prime.
We could do It Takes Two with Kirstie Alley and the Olsen twins. And we're not even going to do the good Gutenberg movies. We're going to do all the shitty On His Way Out movies. We're not going to do Police Academy and Cocoon. And
we're going to do fucking Short Circuit.
3 Men and a Baby.
Look how fucking good she looks when she's sweaty, babe. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, sure. You could tie me up. I didn't know you're so kinky. Clever girl.
Clever girl.
They stole that and recycled it for Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park is dog.
It doesn't hold up for me. Didn't know you're so kinky. I say that to Todd too all the time.
Did you know Jurassic Park was originally going to have claymation dinosaurs?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It would have looked like the dinosaurs in the fridge and shit on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I like claymation. I think it's better than CG.
So do I. Well, okay, maybe as like a homage to Land of the Lost? Is that what they would have been trying to do when they had claymation on that back in the old days?
No, they would have been trying to do it as fucking realistic as possible. It's weird though, because I think it's funny because that movie's old and yet it has better looking CG than a lot of new movies. So I don't get it. It's like they just decided, we're going to fucking make a cheaper way to do it, where we could just fold it in, and that's what they do now. And they don't do it as good as they used to.
Don't touch her.
Oh, that's Arnold's stuntman. He was always his body double in all these old movies. Yeah, the guy right there on the far right looking out the window.
Oh.
With the mongoloid jaw. Yeah, he was always Arnold's stunt double, and he was his stunt double in The Running Man as well. And when he got killed in that, what's the word, like hologram by fucking Captain Freedom or whatever the fuck his name is, that was him too when he was dead. Whatever, that's just his body double.
That mongoloid jaw, that's probably the only reason he got the fucking part. Hey, we're casting looking like for somebody with a mongoloid jaw. You got a mongoloid jaw, play this part.
We should start a band called Mongoloid Jaw. That's gross, dude. Is this not representative of real life? A really hot chick with some fucking ugly douchebag?
I'm sure she hated every minute of it.
He's got to have a big dick or something. No, she likes the power. That's what it is. He's one of those types.
She likes his fat. He's got a fat ass cock. It's a giant cock, I bet.
His little sidekick, sure she did every minute of it. He kind of reminds me of a Waylon Smithers type, where he's probably secretly wanting to fuck Richter himself.
This scene became the only memorable part of the video game, I remember.
Yeah, this game was like impossible, dude.
What game?
Video game of this movie.
On NES.
Oh, the NES game. That's shit. I have that.
At the end of the movie, it tells you in the credits to make sure you play the video game from LJN or whatever the fuck it came out for. It wasn't an LJN one.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I don't think it was.
I feel like I need to go prove you wrong, dude. It's shit. It's got LJN all over it.
I want to say it's one of the ones that was at LJN, which is surprising.
I'm going to look at it. It's garbage regardless. I mean, I'm not going to put it up to...
It's Acclaim.
Acclaim, yeah.
Oh. Well, it's trash.
Here's a fun fact. After seeing Sharon Stone's performance as Laurie in this movie, director Paul Verhoeven would cast her in the movie Basic Instinct. I didn't even know he fucking made that movie. That's a shit movie. Due to her ability to play a character that could change from a timid, charming sweetheart to diabolical person and back and forth, baby.
I've never watched Basic Instinct, actually.
Oh, I love this human shield, dude. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's great squib effects.
Yeah.
They don't do it like that anymore.
It's very akin to RoboCop too.
Yeah,
the way they were in that movie. It looks really neat. I miss good old violence like this, man.
Oh God, yeah.
This dog. We need to see the ugliness of the violence. We need to see them turn to hamburger. You fucking show us like people getting shot, nothing really bad happens. That's more fucking ridiculous than this.
It actually makes me weep a little bit when I watch a scene like that where he was just mowing him down on the escalator there. When you think about, well, today it's all CGI blood. It looks so disingenuous, it doesn't look real. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I get it. The blood, if they use it appropriately, I guess it could be done right. But it's not just that. When you have the CGI blood, it doesn't have all that practical splatter all over the place that's hitting the skin and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's when I watch a movie like The Expendables, you see all the fucking CGI blood. Even Rambo 4, which, you know, Riverman knows me well. I love that movie. It suffers from CGI blood syndrome. A lot of it.
It's not terrible, though. They don't overdo it.
There's a lot of it. You know that scene where he pretty much guts the main villain and he kicks his torso and it rolls off and he's like splits in half? That looks pretty fucking bad. And his insides spill out of his gut and they're all CGI. That looks terrible. When I watched that scene and I'm like, gosh, you know, at this point, if you really couldn't pull it off for whatever reason, I just would have cut it out. He doesn't have to do that.
But that scene where he was shooting the 50 cal, it was, that was one of the greatest scenes in movie history, dude.
Yeah, it's great. Josh James watched that at my recommendation and he said it fucking sucked.
Why? That's probably the best action movie ever.
Well, no, not the best one ever. We've already talked about like T2 and...
No,
but it's
the best action.
Even then, it's definitely... I like a lot of action movies. It's top 5 easy. Top 5 easy. I mean, maybe...
I think fucking the only Rambo movie that was ever really good was probably like the first one. And all the sequels were just kind of like, okay, they're there.
Total drama, the first one. You know, it's not even really an action movie at all. But... Yeah, he was doing a bit of a Rambo marathon to himself at home, and he watched First Blood and did part 2 and part 3. And then I told him, hey, watch the 4th one. You know, he likes First Blood. I've never liked 2 that much, and I like 3. He just doesn't agree with me. He thinks 3 is the one that's the snooze fest and 2's good. I'm like, oh man, well, you might not like 4 then, and sure enough, he didn't.
See, I think we still need that fucking new one where he, goes crazy, takes a gun to a school.
Yeah, well, I don't think they wrote that into the new one that's actually coming out.
He's a fucking cowboy, though. This is basically the same.
He's going to take down the drug cartel, dude, the Mexican border control. He's going to do Trump's work.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking ruin my fucking my stash. Like, I ain't gonna have that good shit coming out anymore.
I used to always dream about, like, man, what if I played like this guy in this movie? How would that be cool? That would be your claim to fame. Like, yeah, I was the guy. I was Quaid's friend on the monitor. See me? And he waves at him from the phone booth down there. Hi.
You know who they could have got to play this character is Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, that would have been weird. Look, watch this. I like this part.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, isn't he going to see him out the window, or am I crazy?
No, he does. He looks at him.
That's what I thought. Yeah, how cool would that be? Like, yeah, I was the guy in the monitor. I was Quaid's, friend.
Yeah.
Oh, you think this is a real Quaid? It is.
You gave this to me. This briefcase. I did?
He did a great job on that fucking Haji hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just real quick. He's Doc.
See,
why would he just set it there? Why wouldn't he try to hide it a little bit?
Case in point on the inconsistencies of technology. There's still payphones.
Yeah, that's true.
we have self-driving cars, check, but they kept payphones. All right.
Payphones with cameras that can record your face.
Isn't it funny? Nobody predicted cell phones, smartphones, being everywhere.
Yeah, they usually don't predict exactly what happens.
They still have newspaper machines, dude.
Do they not still have those in big cities?
Fuck, I don't know.
Flying cars.
Who reads the newspaper anymore?
Still not getting that shit. Oh no, they're not flying. My bad.
I don't think they'll have it in 2083 or whatever.
I think once the current baby boomer generation passes away, they're the ones that read the paper still, right?
Yeah.
They still do. They still order their paper and they're deliberate. They want, nothing. They want to read a physical paper. I think once they pass on, everything will be digital. I mean, eventually print's going to be dead in general too. Nobody buys physical magazines anymore. So many of the magazines I grew up, like the music mags and stuff I grew up reading, have long since been out of business or switched to online only. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Haha.
Yeah, I just read that apparently in the German version of this movie, Instead of saying that line, he's just he's making belching noises, and it says that's likely an inside joke for the people that were. I don't know. Yeah.
Sumi the kid.
You know what though? I think this is the better future. I mean, I get it. One of them's a little bit more futuristic, dystopian, whatever. But this is the better. Sumi the This is better than fucking. What's it called? Blade Runner to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Blade Runner is a fucking snooze fest. Talk about a fucking boring movie.
It is.
I still don't understand why people like that movie.
Well, it's also based on a Philip K. Dick. Pete, you know.
He's a fucking dick. I'd be a dick too if I wrote that movie.
So, and I need to read it because maybe the source material is better. But yeah, I love old Ridley Scott, and it's the kind of movie I should like. You know, I love this movie, which is based off Philip K. Dick, so it's like, okay, I should give that one a shot. I like Ridley Scott in that era, so I should like it even more. But it just misses the mark for me. I've only actually sat through it once, and a part of me wants to go back and watch it again to give it another shot.
I've only seen the director's cut, which is widely known as the worst version, so maybe I should watch the theatrical.
Yeah.
Well, you need to, if you're into Philip K. Dick, watch Man in the High Castle.
Still haven't watched it.
Because that show's freaking awesome.
Is that still running? Is it still on?
Yeah, it's an Amazon Prime original.
Okay.
And it has Cary Tagawa. He plays one of the main characters.
Well, that's cool.
Our boy Terry Tagawa, he's a fucking Revival House alumni.
Yep.
What? Is he? What?
Cary Tagawa.
How is he an alumni?
Shang Tsung, baby.
But how? Oh, you mean we've actually done a movie he's in? How, like he's on the show? At what point did I?
Basically, I mean, we reference him quite a bit.
I don't know. He's not Pauly Shore. We've talked about him. Speaking of which, does that whole animated Mortal Kombat movie and series they announced, is that supposed to take the place of the reboot that was kind of happening? And James Wan was attached. Now he's not attached, and blah 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 blah.
It's going to be the new Journey Begins, basically. It's going to come out right before the reboot, and it's going to have behind the scenes of the reboot at the end of it.
I can only hope.
History repeats itself, baby.
They should just remake that with modern console graphics for the fight scenes. So the Grandmaster had those dead eyes.
Hey, here's a fun fact. When Ronald Shusett and Dan O'Bannon first started working on the screenplay to this movie, I didn't know Dan O'Bannon was ever attached to this movie.
Mm-hmm. And everybody, I talk about it all the time, man. He also wrote Alien, dude. He's the fucking man.
Yeah, they realized the movie would be too expensive and difficult to make by the standards of special effects budget at the time. They delayed working on the story and instead worked on the idea of O'Bannon had about a space monster terrorizing spaceship crew, became alien. It all makes sense now.
I always found it very unrealistic that he would sacrifice any of that fucking candy bar to that rat.
What kind of candy bar was it?
I don't know, but when you're a guy that's the size of Arnold, man, you eat your fucking food. You don't share your food. I don't.
Fucking Twix.
Share with a rat, dude.
Share with a fucking rat.
Twix or Donk. Kit Kats.
I think it was a Snickers bar, dude.
Snickers or Donk.
Oh, also, you wouldn't see Arnold Schwarzenegger eating that anyway. You don't see him lifting a single weight, but you see him eating candy in this movie? My ass.
I know.
Well, it's funny how they do that, though. You watch these movies, these action films with these big buff heroes, never in the story. Granted, the story is usually pretty action packed and they don't have a chance to go to the gym or whatever. They might go to the gym outside of what's going on. But when you watch a movie like True Lies, where we get a little bit of the day in the life of Howard, right?
Yeah, this effect holds up. You can't.
When you hear the crunch, you dare.
See, that doesn't look so fake. It looks, I mean, you could tell the skin looks realistic enough. It works.
It looks really neat. It looks good. It looks like a butt plug. Little butt.
Yeah.
Butt pellet.
Like, you think they could have just hit a button and then he, like fucking Arnold, just instantly comes. He just falls on the ground, starts coming, and then they can easily detain him. That'd be dog.
Oh, hey, to finish up the thought, though, the perfect example of what I was just talking about, Jingle All the Way. You can't bench press your way out of this. Dude, you don't see anything besides the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger is jacked in that movie. You don't see anything that alludes to the fact that he works out.
They sell you on the idea that, hey, you could get fucking muscly, and then you look a certain way, and you never have to do it. If you don't work out all the time, the muscle turns to fat. So if you're wanting to be muscly, you're gonna have to fucking go to the gym every day and all that boring shit. Why do they do that?
And watch your macros. You can't eat chocolate. And another good example, something like Over the Top with Stallone. He's a fucking trucker. He lives his life on the road. He doesn't have no fucking gym membership. He's eating trucker food, and yet that guy's ripped as fuck. That's around the time Rocky 3-ish, Rocky 4, and he was ripped.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
Nonsense.
Him doing arm wrestling competitions is not going to make him jacked from the top. What?
Yeah, it'll give him a fucking like jack off muscle on one arm and shit.
That's a good question, man. Somebody that is a trucker and lives in the cabin of their truck, where do they jack off?
Yeah, in their truck.
They probably have like little Kleenexes all over the place. Well, they do. They kind of have to live in their truck. They have pictures. Like, if you've seen the movie Over the Top, he's got pictures up in there, and he sleeps in the truck. Obviously, they all sleep in the truck at the stops and whatnot. But yeah, that means they beat off in the truck too. That's gross.
I'd be dog.
That's why they go to truck stops with lot lizards.
Yeah, you gotta pick up one of the hookers at the truck stop.
Make a deposit.
Exactly.
What do you think do you think this is some kind of a miniature? Like, how do they make all the settings?
Yeah, I just saw that this was the last movie to use miniatures.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Really?
One of the last big Hollywood movies to use miniatures, it says.
It's super effective. I think miniatures do the job pretty well. If obviously if they do a good job with it. And I think miniatures, like, this movie looks really good. It looks better than there was a period where it definitely looked better than CGI. Now CGI is getting really good where, I don't know. Now they don't even leave a fucking backlot. And they could, you know what I'm saying? They could have a setting that takes place in New Zealand, cliff sides, an ocean, and they're like on some Hollywood backlot with a green screen. It's that crazy now. But even that gets a little fake looking.
Wonder what this lady's been up to.
Oh, she's dead or something. Probably dead, dude.
The 2 weeks lady.
I always wanted to see a spin-off of this guy with the beret. Like, this guy seems like an interesting character. Like, what's this guy all about? What was his day like? I want to see his perspective. Kill the bastard. He kind of looks like Dan Castellaneta, Homer Simpson.
Yeah, I remember hearing that originally Dino De Laurentiis was going to make this movie.
Oh.
And Arnold really wanted to be in it, but he couldn't convince De Laurentiis to, because he wanted, he can't be a muscly guy. That doesn't make sense.
Why not?
And basically what you were just saying. He was like, he's got to be an average looking accounting kind of guy. And I guess De Laurentiis, that was around the time that company, went under. And basically, Schwarzenegger had the new company buy this movie up just so that they could write the script for him to be in it.
One second. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall of the filming of the scene with this with this actress putting her fingers in her mouth and action. Like doing this.
Wait.
No, but you know what? On paper, though, you're right. I think it would make more sense because he's supposed to be a guy that has a mundane life, and you would expect that guy to be a real regular average Joe Schmo, and he's like an accountant, or whatever. And he's not the kind of guy that goes to a gym. He's the kind of guy that probably lets himself go a little bit,
What? Look at this. Look at this face. This looks so fake right here. Look at that.
That's a cool effect, though, when it slides out like that.
It looks like the Terminator face. Arnold face.
Yeah.
This movie, the way this movie looks, it's so immersive and it's still ahead of its time. Kind of like the only other film I can think of that's like it is Fifth Element a few years later. Because Fifth Element does that for me too. When I watched that movie, I think that came out 97 or something. I get lost in that movie too. I think it just looks great. But
I've still never seen Fifth Element.
Is it not? Did I not put it in the Voodoo? Oh, that's right. The copy I bought didn't come with one. It's fucking ghetto.
Oh.
And I regret it because just a few months later I got 4K and I'm like, I should have bought the 4K because that came with it. But the Blu-ray version didn't, and it's like it would have cost me a couple more bucks, so I'm kind of pissed at myself.
Maybe you should rebuy it so we can watch it.
I got half of mine too, if it ever runs on sale, to be honest.
I did get it from F Movies because I do want to watch it.
It's a good movie. It's, you know, it's to me, it's 90s Bruce Willis when he was on top of his game.
Yeah, I also got fucking, they just put out a standard definition digital copy of fucking Queen biopic. What is it called? Bohemian Rhapsody. So I need to check that out.
I have that coming in the mail. I pre-ordered that. So that'll go in the Voodoo too. That movie's par for the course as far as music docs go, where they took obvious liberties and very formula. You know, they pretty much don't stray from a typical formula. You know, but it's good. The performances are really good. They took major liberties though, as far as the timeline.
I remember you said that. Yeah,
just to sort of serve the drama of the way a movie should be structured. And you'll know what I'm talking about if you know the history, or if you watch the end of the movie. It's like, yeah, that's about a few years off, but you're going to understand why they wanted to put it there because they needed a dramatic punch. But that doesn't fit. Well, whatever. Take it at face value. That movie's all about the performances and how good they are. That's really it. But everything else is very loose. Hey, we missed it, but with that chick with the 2 weeks, I've told Todd about this. But you remember Riverman? Did I tell you when I went up to my mom? I went up to my mom and I just started saying 2 weeks. And it was really random. I think I was at home or I visited her or something. I was like 2 weeks, and she was getting so fucking pissed. And the drunker my mom gets, the more southern her drawl gets, but also the angrier she gets, the more southern her voice gets.
Oh, does she start fucking throwing punches at you? That'd be dog.
She does call it wrestling. But no, anyway, so I just go up to her. I'm just like, 2 weeks with a weird smile on my face. She's like, what's in 2 weeks? 2 weeks. What the fuck's in 2 weeks? And I start doing the whole thing with fingers in my mouth. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I start malfunctioning. She's like, what the fuck is in 2 weeks? I'm going to beat your ass. Like,
that reminds me. Sometimes I do that fucking quote from Child's Play 3 where he just rubs someone's head like lightly and goes Wednesday as he's walking by. I do that to people and they get pissed off sometimes.
That's so funny. The only reason I would have did it is because my brother was also in the room. As you know, somebody has to get it, right? Yeah. Somebody has to be present for them to understand the right. Anyway, when she was really losing her temper, I started doing the like looking left and right. She's shaking her fucking face.
Oh, I love to see that.
It's ridiculous. Dude, my mom's got the worst memory in the world. So at Crypticon, River, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And she still won't know what it's from, even though she's seen the fucking movie. It's just hilarious.
Oh, I mentioned Patrick Swayze was the guy that was originally going to play Quaid whenever Dino De Laurentiis was going to do this.
Gross.
But then whenever they went bankrupt, and then Arnold basically he persuaded somebody else to buy the script from him. I remember, I forget where I heard it, but I've heard like people talking and say like maybe for some reason some people seem to think maybe fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger had something to do with them losing the rights to the script or something. I don't know. It was weird. It sounded like he wanted this movie so bad that he fucking I don't know. I forgot what they were saying, but I figured I'd bring that up because maybe that'd be dog if he conspired to get fucking Dino De Laurentiis to go bankrupt to get this movie. Probably didn't happen. It's probably just urban legend. But here's a fun fact. To coincide with the release of this movie, Sharon Stone posed nude to Playboy magazine showing off her buff bod she developed in production for the movie. She pumped iron and learned Taekwondo.
Do you think Arnold fucking railed her during the filming of this?
I'd hope so.
I just get the feeling he's the type of guy that fucked a lot of the co-stars.
I don't know though, because I mean, his wife and then the chick he cheated on his wife with, they're ugly. So maybe she was too good looking for him. Maybe he's one of those guys that likes the ugly chicks.
Well, no, yeah, that's a kink that some people have. Some people like fucking. I think it's a domineering thing. Like it goes hand in hand with power. You want to be the person that makes the money, so I'm gonna go fuck a cocktail waitress. I'm gonna go fuck some college kid. I think going after somebody that's not the most traditional of pretty is a part of that as well for people that are into it. I don't know.
Melina, yeah.
If you were to ask somebody like my brother, aka Dr. Sleaze, River, he says it best in his opinion. Pussy's pussy. You know, he's even said that. Well, he's like those guys that go after 18-year-olds versus I'm like, you know what? I've fucked 18-year-olds. I've fucked 50-year-olds, and they all feel like pussies to me. Like, okay.
Oh, 50-year-old's got to be drier.
You'd imagine, and a lot looser. Fucking like I don't know. But he's like, yeah, it's all whatever. It's all the same when you're closing your eyes and whatever, and the lights are off. I'm like, all right, man.
I guess. Would you fuck this dude?
When I was a kid, I thought Benny was the same actor who played Miles Dyson. Well, I mean, like, it's not unlike how I thought Ed O'Neill played Freddy Krueger. You know, my mind, whatever. I just saw things in passing.
They have a similar haircut. They're both black dudes.
And they're both same shade of black. Like, they're the
This guy is noticeably fucking uglier, though. He's got some crazy teeth.
Dude, Miles Dyson was also in House Guest. A Holly, European style.
That's a donk movie.
Tattoo artist, it is. I've been wanting to watch that again. It's been long enough since we did our commentary.
Yeah.
More air.
Tastes good. Taste the air.
Oh. Okay, so we had to stop the recording because of Riverman's audio was fucking with him. But it's funny because I know what you said before we stopped the recording at this part. What you did say before was, he's noticeably uglier.
Yeah, he is. But I'd still fuck him. That doesn't mean I would fuck. I fuck ugly people. Or donk. I'd fuck that guy.
I don't know. What other movies has this guy been in? Like I said, Miles Dyson, he's been... Well, I think he was on fucking General Hospital of all things. But he was, like I said, the tattoo artist in House Guest, so he's got more cred.
Yeah. We're going to see Tater Sack Jason as a transgender girl here, right there.
Okay.
That's donk.
He does look like him.
Tater Sack Jason as a kid.
The 3 breasts.
Isn't it funny, like, Tater Sack Jason, fucking Jason, he just looks different as a kid in all these movies. Like, fucking Part 8, he looks normal. But only specific scenes in Part 8, though. One part, he looks like a fucking caveman. It makes no sense.
How did you guess?
How did you know? He said, how did you know? How did you know? Venusville. I've always wanted to go to Venusville.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you guys ever played that game Shadowrun?
No.
Do you know what I'm...
No, huh?
I don't think so.
It might have been on some other platforms. I know it from being on the Super Nintendo. And it was a game that took place in a society like this, futuristic. And you were even a character that kind of reminded me of Quaid as well. And it was one of those isometric view, like old school. It screams like it was on DOS or something too back in the day, you know? But it's pretty cool. I like old ghetto games like that take inspiration from shit like this.
So how would you fuck them tits, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
You could just fuck one side, fuck the other side.
She looks like one of the girls that you would find in Evil Toons.
Yeah, that fucking guy with the pussy face is Hank from Breaking Bad too.
Yeah, it is. I just learned that a few years ago.
Yep.
Poor dog.
I mean, I think everybody did because Breaking Bad wasn't... Nobody knew who Hank was before Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, Hank is also in Lethal Weapon 2.
Got a vagina face.
Yeah, he's Tony.
Yeah.
I mean, she's attractive. I think Melina's attractive. But in a very... I guess it's down to your preference. I could see some people liking someone
80s. Yeah.
I could see somebody preferring Melina over to like the blonde bimbo, like fitness type, like Sharon Stone is in this. She kind of looks like a sexy version of Maria from Sesame Street.
Maria, Maria.
Nobody gives them enough credit because I want to say...
Still bulging, I see.
Wasn't that an early example of biracial coupling? Because wasn't Maria with Gordon, the black guy, on Sesame Street?
I don't know. I never watched Sesame Street. It wasn't my thing.
You never watched it when you were a kid? Everybody watched it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
We have this guy who's in everything in the 80s. What happened to his career?
I'm sure he's still around.
Remember he was in Twins? Sorry, it's my first day.
She just died.
The midget did?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd she die of? Midget complications?
That's anti-midget, dude. Let me look.
We used to talk about that all the time in high school. That's the kind of
Give me a holler.
That's the kind of bullshit rhetoric that would go on in school. Oh, would you fuck her? Would you fuck her? I think Todd was pretty adamant that he would totally stick her.
No.
You would totally spin her.
You could just, you could spin her on your dick. That'd be donk.
Yeah, she died at 58.
That's a bummer. What was it from?
What if it just said midget complications?
Well, I know it sounds insensitive, but there's a good chance it was something that was...
It says undetermined cause.
It could have been related to the, For all I know, they have smaller livers. They have all kinds of stuff that makes them more... I don't know. Hey, Zach, be totally honest with me. I mean, if you've watched all that weird mommy porn that you watch, have you watched midget porn? Has curiosity got the better of you? I'm sure you have.
Yeah, that's boring shit. I had to step it up.
Well, I'm sure the midget did too when he had to get that ladder.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, the software that was intended to, basically they had a motion capture software that they were going to use to do the whole fucking skeleton x-ray part, but the fucking software didn't work, so they had to animate it by hand.
It still looks cool.
That's dog.
It still looks great. I'm cool with the way they did it.
Oh, and apparently, fucking on the DVD commentary, Paul Verhoeven, he said, whenever they did the love scene, when Quaid wakes up, Sharon Stone was supposed to be naked. And, she didn't want to. So they settled on doing it the way they did. And then he said, oh, I got her back, though, when we were shooting Basic Instinct.
Spread Eagle, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, couldn't she have just said no then, too? Or was that already written out in the contracts early on?
I don't know.
Because what's going to stop her?
Spread Eagle across the block.
That's pretty crazy, though, for a leading lady to do something like that.
It's fucking dog. We need more people like that.
When are we going to round out this Verhoeven exploitation and do RoboCop and then his greatest movie of all time, Showgirls?
Hollow Man.
No, Strip Showgirls.
Hollow Man's underrated as fuck. I don't get it.
I've watched it once. It was a Skinamax watch, and I don't really remember too much about it. But can you guys believe he also did Showgirls? Isn't that nuts?
That's a shitty movie.
Movie's horrible.
It's crazy.
There's some people that think he knew that was just the shittiest movie ever, and but like he basically kept letting the main actress think she was making this great Oscar-worthy movie, just so that it would fucking be so bad it's great.
Elizabeth Berkley. Yeah.
I like to think that that's true. That'd be dog.
That was a weird thing, man, for her to be the star of that movie when they announced that.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
That sex scene in the fucking pool. What the fuck?
Did they want Tiffany Amber Thiessen originally, or was that just a rumor?
What a weird thing. That was her first and only shot at, going to film. I don't know. She was a horrible actress too. And what's funny is she acted better on Saved by the Bell of all fucking things.
Yeah.
You're not here. That's the kind of glasses Riverman wears now.
Take the pill and put it in your mouth. Swallow it.
Swallow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have those glasses, actually. You don't like my glasses?
He gives me shit for glasses. I worry too. I don't get it.
Yeah, Zach's got the same type of Dahmer glasses, rapey glasses. And I don't understand why some people wear those glasses and they want to like intentionally look about 15 years older. Because that's what they do.
Fuck does it matter if you look older?
People wear those glasses. Like Todd, when you put on those glasses, man, you automatically look at least 10 years older than what you are. Like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, you need those childlike glasses to make you look younger.
Hey, contacts.
I can't fucking afford contacts.
Riverman used to wear the thin frames, those black glasses, like the more hipster things.
Nah, I have those. I have like 4 different pairs of glasses. I always try to find the most ugly pair of glasses I can find and wear those.
I kind of do that too when I'm looking. I'm like, what looks like something someone wouldn't pick? And then I pick that. It's for a dog. Oh, she's back.
Zach, if you were trapped in I think you're like a couple seconds ahead of me.
That's because whenever we resync and pick a number to all go to, you don't know how to fucking count.
I was there. I told you even the screenshot we were at with Benny frozen looking derpy.
Oh, hell yeah, there's my baby. Oh, he's got to fucking jack off of them tits real quick, though. Just real quick. Just jack off of them tits and then go back about your mission. Quick.
If you were stuck in a dream state purgatory, like Douglas Quaid may or may not be, and that bald guy with the pill said, we can erase all this and we can bring you back to the real world and wake you up, but you have to suck my dick. Would you do it? And you have to swallow it, naturally.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd want to suck his dick anyway.
They would have to ensure me that they could lobotomize that part when I wake up. Like, can you ensure me that this is never, ever brought back up? I'll never remember this.
Exactly. And
please do mouthwash in my mouth like before I wake up so I don't taste it either.
He just leaves it in, dude.
Oh, did you see that fuck me look? That was dog.
You swallow it when you wake up because he just wakes you up.
Oh, you're laying there in the fucking lobotomy fucking chair at recall, and you got a load in your cheek, like inside your mouth, just like gurgling it.
And then they play the tape of you sucking his cock right after.
After you swallow it.
I mean, dog, that'd blow your fucking mind. Look, he's giving her the red pill. Fucking Quaid's gonna be believing in the flat Earth right after he takes that.
Is that what happened to Michael Bauer?
Yeah, they've kind of ran with that meme. Like, oh yeah, we're red pilled. We know the Earth's so flat.
When he saw the bead of sweat, I didn't get it, dude. When I was a kid.
Yeah, did you just notice he was nervous? So they, he must be lying.
Yeah,
it could have been hot.
Yeah, it could have been. He
might have had other stakes, that would have made him nervous. There might have been other reasons.
Yeah, he did just have a fucking gun to his head.
Oh, what was that?
I farted.
Oh, okay.
The bead of sweat just happened.
It is kind of weird. For somebody that, sweats a little bit, obviously, like, Quaid jumps to awfully rash conclusions here and blows his brains out that sweat obviously means he's lying or something.
Well, the guy said he's at recall, so if he is dreaming, he wouldn't sweat.
Yeah, but assuming we don't know how recall really works, we don't know if he actually has to come into the dream with them, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Because the way it works is so vague. It's
I mean, if we saw anybody else with sweat in this reality, I guess we could debunk that, but I don't know if we have.
Yeah, remember earlier when I said fucking she looked good when she was sweaty? He could have killed her right there because she was sweaty.
Yeah, because I was trying to think that was post the recall thing, because that's when she was trying to buy time and delay for Richter to get up there. But once again, I think that kind of plays into it being ambiguous. You could honestly have that defense that well, he was just sweating because he had a gun up to his head. If you're pro, it's all a dream or whatever.
Yeah. If you're pro reason, these fucking crazy people watch this movie.
Now, this is one of the... we were talking about this earlier. How many takes do you think this took for when he got kicked in the balls by Sharon Stone? And he's like, ah!
I let her do that to me as much as she wanted.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was a stunt dick, dude. That doesn't have to have been him,
But how can you make that reaction? That's just good acting, man.
I don't think it's that good acting. I think anybody can do that.
That's good acting too.
So I bet I wouldn't be surprised if that took one take. Riverman to.
I think it's good acting, man.
Do you see what he just did to her face? He just did like the John Travolta hand over face thing on Face Off.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
My mom does that to my nephew, and I always call her John Travolta. Like, why do you do the John Travolta Face Off thing to him?
Which is another commentary we have to do sometime.
That's a dog movie.
We gotta dissect how he thought that was a good idea not to even tell his family or his wife that he's bringing home the son of the guy that killed our son. And how fucked up all that is. And then there wasn't even a look of like, oh, can we talk about this? No, it's just instantly, hi, I'm Jamie. And she runs his face across her hand across. It's really awkward.
He just gives her like a look like, huh? And she's like, yeah, we could do that.
Oh man, he hit the jackpot though, because that's not his real sister. And he's going to grow up living in close quarters with her, and she was hot.
Yeah.
And he's going to not feel too bad about when he...
It's going to be like those fucking porns I watch on Pornhub. Hey, little brother.
I'm just saying, as he's growing up, and he's going through the change, he doesn't have to feel too guilty or conflicted when he's like trying to spy on her in the shower or he sees her. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not his real sister.
Mm-hmm.
Weird stuff.
This is Arnold's ultimate fantasy right here. Cat fight between his two babes.
I never quite understood what was the turn on about women fighting. I get it. There's the hope that it'll lead to them, I guess, like a porn, like fucking.
I always thought it was like, oh, you expect someone's gonna fucking rip off a shirt and some titties are gonna bounce around or something.
Yeah, haven't you seen Seinfeld, dude? That Seinfeld episode?
Yeah, that episode of Seinfeld, he says, oh, there's a chance they're gonna kiss. And I was like, what the fuck are you I never thought that, fucking Jerry. What are you talking about? Is that what he says on that episode of Seinfeld?
Yeah.
He's probably just fucking lying to the chicks. You don't want to tell the chicks the truth. You gotta lie to the chicks all the time. See, I'm giving good advice for all you people listening.
What's that guy's name? Isn't it funny how we watched these movies for 30 fucking years and we never know the lackey's name? We just call him, did every minute of it. What's his name?
Sure, she hated every minute of it.
But what's his name?
Who the fuck cares what his name is? His name is, she hated every minute of it.
Isn't that funny, though?
He's in a lot of shit, too.
Is he? What else is he in?
He's in, like, what, Broken Arrow or something, or what?
Oh, that's a lot of shit.
That's some good shit there. Let me see what his name is.
Is that a movie about a guy that breaks his cock in half?
I never watched it, Broken Arrow.
And then he's got to, like, change his persona and come to a new school to be the new guy or something. That's a dog movie.
Michael Campbell.
What's his name in this movie? Can you look it up on IMDb? I'm curious.
Michael Campbell. It's in this movie. It is.
Is he related to Bruce Campbell?
Helm.
Helm. Great. Yeah. Isn't it funny how they have characters and stuff, and they'll have his name on the credits, but it's never mentioned?
Yeah, this guy's in a ton of stuff, man. He's in...
It's not important. It's not important what his name is.
Beverly Hills Cop, Toy Soldiers, which is really good. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Check out that green screen action of them going down the ladder a second ago.
When a Stranger Calls, Pink Cadillac.
When a Stranger Calls, the original or the remake?
The original. The dome will crack!
The dome will crack.
Let's see.
The original cut of the movie was given an X rating by the MPAA for excessive violence. Some violence was trimmed, and different camera angles were used, and some of the more over-the-top scenes. And the movie was then re-rated R.
I wish we could see that version.
Yeah.
I thought Triple X was always usually attributed to sex.
X rating, not triple X, just an X rating. It was basically the old NC-17.
Gotcha.
Maybe there is an uncut version of this. I don't know.
I've seen some stuff that they show on TV these days that would have been asked to be trimmed down in 1990 on a film, you know?
Yeah. The way it works is they basically just got a bunch of different... Like, the only requirement was they had to be parents, the people that work for the MPAA. Like, oh, yeah, just pretend like the fucking adult viewing audience is your kids. What do you want them to see? It's pretty retarded. There's a documentary about it. It's pretty donk.
Is it really? Is it streaming? That'd be interesting. I'd like to watch that.
It's not, but I have a digital file of it. It's fucking hard to get. Like, the DVD's out of print. It's like $40 on Amazon.
But it's not very good. You wouldn't recommend it?
No, it's good. I like it.
No, if you put it in the box, I'll watch it. That sounds really interesting. That's the kind of documentary I would watch while I'm doing work and stuff. You know, working, doing stuff.
It's called This Film Is Not Yet Rated. It's pretty dark.
It sounds like a good multitasking type of documentary. Speaking of documentaries, as of today on Netflix, Joe Berlinger, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he put out, he's coming out with that, Ted Bundy biopic with Zac Efron, right? Anyway, he also directed or produced or something, a docu-series on the real Ted Bundy, and that just dropped on Netflix today.
Cool.
So I want to check that out. Ted Bundy, from an aspect of just like the violence and how he killed people, is pretty lightweight compared to some of the other creepy serial killers out there. But just his sociopathic nature is really fascinating.
Ted Bundy was a fucking beta. He doesn't kill people the good way.
He just strangles them, I think.
That did sound nice.
Not nearly as fucking nice as what I heard you say on the Shining commentary. Dude. Okay, so
I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right.
Go for it. So Zach was on R-Rated Horror. That's Josh James's podcast. And they did The Shining a couple weeks ago with Matt Wiesel. And you had this line that had everybody rolling where you said, referring to Danny Torrance, and I want to see if I can get it as close as I can without paraphrasing too much. You were saying, whenever I think about a man living in a young boy's mouth, I get hard as fuck.
Yeah, that was the only line I had basically planned before we watched the movie. I was like, I gotta, what's some jokes? Sometimes I do that. I'm like, what's some jokes I can say? That was the only one I thought of. So that one was planned.
It went over well because they were fucking roll. I was aghast. I'm like, what the fuck? The timing of it.
I was dog.
And I can't believe, I would have thought on somebody else's show you would hold back on that. That's why I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I do. I know fucking Matt Wiesel. I've listened to Banana Laser. They were making similar jokes while they were watching fucking Sleepaway Camp and shit. It's donk.
That's funny. I haven't made it all the way through yet because it's so long, but I'm halfway through.
It's pretty fucking dog.
I might only have an hour left, actually. Do it.
Yeah.
Where are they always have the same background when they're on these video phones. Like, you could tell, it's like in a room that the director had set aside or something. It doesn't look like he was in his office. These sets are really cool.
Bah!
Where do they make these sets? These are awesome. It looks like it's probably all backlot stuff, but
I saw it was filmed in Mexico or something.
Like the like how do you fake a set like that tunnel there? Is that fake? Do they get a real tunnel? You know what I mean? It looks so.
Mexico City is filmed at.
You know what I mean? How do you build a tunnel like that?
Very carefully.
There you go.
There's Jason.
Uh-oh.
Fucking our boy Riverman's favorite movie, he picked it, that he's leaving us. That looks like China.
Yeah, it does. You've probably seen her porno, haven't you? She got like, I was watching Howard Stern one time and he was doing a play-by-play on the China sex tape. And he was talking about how fucking gnarly and disgusting it was, and she had all this acne on her ass and stuff.
Nice.
Fucking steroid acne. It's gross. I forgot she's passed on. R.I.P.
Yeah. China, she looked like a dude.
She really did. I can't believe Triple H used to fuck her.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Triple H, fucking, what's his name? The other dude, fucking.
Oh, wait. What the fuck? What's his name? He was in NWO. Was it the NWO guy?
X-Pac.
X-Pac, right?
Yeah.
He used to fuck. That's weird to me, man.
Apparently they were all fucking each other. That's that point.
But is it China, like, next to just... Isn't she very close to just being a dude? Because even Howard said in that porno she had a huge clit. Huge.
a huge fucking fucking meaty clit.
It was like a dick. It was like a fucking dick. Like, oh.
Yeah, it's like fucking prepubescent child almost.
That's a cool effect too.
That's dog.
Some Men in Black shit.
He's a fucking half alien or something.
He's a mutant.
I never noticed that shot of him grabbing his hand there. It almost looked like they were foreshadowing that he was a bad guy.
How is that foreshadowing?
I don't know. It just had that like, oh, the bad guy. He just had that look on his face. I don't know. Would you fuck his face though?
Is that like a desert island question? Is there no other fucking hole around?
We don't even know if it opens up and it will take your cock. Technically, it could just be you fucking fuck his face and open that up. He could bleed out or something. Birth defect.
Like it's not an actual vagina.
Yeah.
That's gross.
This is the bootleg fucking Kyle Reese.
What? Out of shape, older calories.
He's got the same scar. Same scar.
You talking about him?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Is Riverman back?
I fucking hear some noise back there. Where did he go?
Yeah, he clearly doesn't have. Oh, I guess I was thinking like, oh, he clearly doesn't have a fucking person living on his stomach. But then I saw his gut. So maybe.
But there's no way they had it there. The other screens, the other shots that he was in.
Yeah, probably not.
No, they probably don't want to give that away.
So what you think of this scene, Riverman?
Oh, that's my favorite part, man.
Oh, he's back. You took a gamble. Where'd you go, man?
I had to deal with my kid, too.
You'd be like, stop yelling, the fucking we're watching a movie, though.
Go back to bed.
Why does he have to do that turned away? Just for dramatic effect?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, Kawato doesn't want to be seen come. I imagine he has to, like, crawl out of his gut or something. There's got to be something disgusting with it.
Yeah, he's like your balls, whenever you like breathe in, really like you suck your gut in, your balls kind of go up into a hole in your fucking whatever it goes up into.
I always think of that Peter Gabriel music video with this
in your eyes.
Yeah.
The only reason he was turned around was so when it turned back around, it was this prosthetic guy, this fake animatronic guy.
Yeah, the way he looks whenever the fucking this guy's talking is almost orgasmic looking, like he's coming. Like, oh, when he speaks, I just come perpetually.
He kind of looks like Lance Henriksen in Alien 3, the droid.
Yeah. He's got a Chucky face.
He does. I always thought he looked just like Chucky, like a fat, chubby Chucky.
Yeah, it's Glenn if they fed him more.
I love that shot when he first grabs his hands and he like flinches, like, ugh, like he was coming.
Yeah, he's just fucking. He's in just a fucking orgasmic state of mind.
So I wonder if they share a stomach or if he has his own stomach and he has to eat too. I wonder if he's got nuts and he's like, you know what I mean? Does he got like testicles inside that guy's stomach or what?
Yeah, I mean, dog.
Start the reactor. Save Mars.
So, that guy, though, if he's mutated like that with another being, that seems like it'd be like a from birth thing, like a Siamese twin thing. And
Yeah.
so, was he born on Mars then?
He's a mutant. Who knows?
He had to have been born on Mars. Like, how long has Mars been inhabited in this movie? Did they actually say that?
No.
But I imagine he has to.
Who knows what the hell they thought? They weren't human. Maybe it's a trap. Maybe they want a meltdown. We don't even know if this piece of junk will work.
No.
What is it? $1 million? $500,000?
Arnold Schwarzenegger felt the trailer was a bad trailer and misrepresented the film. It didn't convey total recall scope and weirdness, he felt. TriStar just didn't know what to do with the film. Schwarzenegger took it up with producers Peter Guber and John Peters and made them watch both the film and the trailer. They agreed it was selling the film short, so they had a new one made. I don't remember that original trailer.
I don't know if I've ever actually watched the trailer. I've been watching this actual full movie for as long as I can remember. I don't recall the trailer.
Yeah, the following are scenes that were trimmed to receive an R rating. This one's kind of cool. A stabbing of Helm in the bar with a Bowie knife, sliced up his stomach. Stills were actually featured in Fangoria magazine at the time of the film's release. I didn't know that. I guess this is a sci-fi movie.
You see an uncut version?
No, I don't see anything about that.
Sci-Fi Channel original movie made this?
No.
I love Benny's scream there. Oh!
Before we started recording, by the way, I asked Riverman what he thought of the new Halloween movie. He told me he hasn't seen it still.
Really?
No. I don't give a fuck. I'll watch it when it comes out of Redbox.
No, I'm going to put it in Voodoo, man, you mooch. I got it coming in the mail. Actually, tomorrow I'm picking it up. It comes out tomorrow.
I'm coming, baby.
Assuming it shares in Voodoo.
Oh, yeah, assuming it does.
Yeah.
You have to watch it, though. I mean, just to say you did because it is what it is. But you know what? I'm getting it. I'm getting it tomorrow from Best Buy, and I don't even feel like watching it since we did that commentary for it. I'm kind of good on it 2 times, and you know, a span of 4 months is plenty for me.
Hopefully, it's one of those that comes with like deleted scenes, extras on Voodoo.
Oh, on the Voodoo, doubtful. I'm interested in watching the special features, though. That's about it. Put your fucking hands up.
He just broke face. Well, he's a bad guy. I didn't see that coming.
Oh shit, man, you got me.
Yeah, he told us like, oh, I'm not even married. Like, what does that matter? You could have 5 kids and not be married. I have like 8 kids and I'm not married.
Big surprise here. The concept of Quaid being a physically buffed out construction worker was suggested by Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. Oh, no shit? You mean because he wanted the role and he's fucking huge?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, how about we don't make him like a accountant?
Yeah, that's why people think, did Arnold Schwarzenegger fucking make Dino De Laurentiis' thing go under on purpose to get this movie?
Maybe. I love that shot, dude, where Kawato gets shot in the head.
I don't. I feel bad for him. He just wants to be he's misunderstood.
He goes out quietly.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That was the leader of the resistance. Now nobody's fighting these oppressive cocksuckers. They're trying to steal the air from Mars.
You're going to be Hauser's babe. Do you like him better in Total Recall, or do you like him better in RoboCop?
I like him better in RoboCop, but I still like him in this.
You like him better in RoboCop? Why?
I don't know. Because I think Richter kind of makes the villain role in this for me.
Yeah, but I mean, his role is meatier in this than it is in RoboCop.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not really, you know what I mean? He's not somebody as of note in RoboCop. Case in point, you can quote him. Can you quote anything he says in RoboCop off the top of your head, Todd?
No, but I don't know. I don't know.
This movie's probably more quotable than RoboCop.
In general, yeah. You're gonna be Hauser's babe.
What's gorier, this or RoboCop?
I would say overall this, but RoboCop alone for that one scene in the office, you know,
Yeah.
where the...
I don't know. I'd probably say RoboCop is gorier in this movie.
RoboCop's pretty damn gory.
On a consistent level?
Yeah, remember that scene where he's like turned to mush from the fucking whatever, the weird acid or whatever it was?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Of course, I don't know what the differences are between that and the director's cut and the non-director's cut. I mean, I couldn't tell you anymore. Like how much of that is attributed to the director's cut.
Most of the gore is cut out of the R-rated version. It's been so long since we're probably used to the fucking uncut version.
For a fair comparison, I wish we could watch the NC-17 version of this to really stack them.
Yeah. Composer Jerry Goldsmith considers Total Recall to be his best film score.
It's good.
It is good.
And I want it back.
Thanks for not getting yourself killed.
Why would they do this slow pan out reveal?
I love this, dude.
But what's the purpose of it in this real context? Why the pan out? Why the big reveal?
Because it's a movie.
Why would Arnold want to be an asshole to himself?
I would. Why not? Why would you wouldn't want to be an asshole to yourself? You could never get to do that again unless you get your memory erased. So why not?
Aaron, you missed the quote. You never know.
You never know. I'm saying it doesn't make any sense. Why show him something like that that's going to enrage him before they actually undo the damage? Makes no sense. It's not like he's going to remember it anyway. If everything succeeds.
We're going to see, we're going to see probably fucking, well, not yet. I'll bring it up when it comes out. It's the dankest of the dank fucking Arnold fake heads.
Looks like you're going to slip their arms right through that thing.
Yeah, it looks big.
I'll bust his balls.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Mars thing where his eyes are coming out of the coat?
Yeah, his eyes are coming out.
It's one of my best friends. You want to fuck her every night? That's funny.
Hauser's babe.
He's a good sleazeball.
Yeah.
Oh, here I'm seeing the trivia thing. Maybe this will bring up what I mentioned earlier. The final scene fading into white is intentionally done by Paul Verhoeven to leave some question marks regarding whether everything was a dream and Quaid got lobotomized in the end.
Yeah.
Hey, that looks like fucking Ernest Vern, not Vern. Chuck.
It does.
Looks like Chuck, dude.
Would you suck Chuck's dick?
No.
I'm gonna have to put the fucking soundbite there because I can't do what he did.
No, what were you just saying though before I said the Chuck thing?
Whether or not he got lobotomized at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. When people have ambiguous endings like that, do you think it's more fun that the actual filmmaker or storyteller does have a legitimate answer in their mind, but they just choose to keep it under lock and key? Or do you prefer even them to not even know? It's literally up to interpretation.
I like up to interpretation. Just kind of like what in Pulp Fiction in the briefcase. What was in the briefcase?
Well, that literally could be anything. You don't have to, I don't know. It doesn't change a damn thing.
We already know. It was finally revealed. It was fucking Run the Jewels 3 on the gold vinyl.
Oh, okay.
They showed us on their advertising.
I don't know. I just like little tidbits like that.
I know, but when people debate this shit, though, obviously, if the person who created the story himself says there is no definitive answer, it's whatever you want it to be, that cheapens it a little bit because that means all your debating is in vain. Because there is no right answer. It was never written. But if the filmmaker has a legit, turnout for what it is, and he's just kind of leaving it up to a mystery.
I don't know. I think if the filmmaker knows what it is, he wouldn't have left it up to mystery.
Not necessarily.
What about the old lady in Titanic dying? Well, did she actually die, or did she just go to sleep?
I didn't realize that was ever a fucking debate.
There was a few people I talked to that didn't know she died.
I was just sitting in the fucking theater wondering why the fuck they took Weird Al Yankovic out of the movie.
Oh, what, the fat Weird Al Yankovic?
I'm just joking. Because there was a fucking music video that came out where he was playing that guy. Somebody will get that joke.
Oh, was the old lady in the video too? Did we do it? Wasn't it the same old lady?
It was a Hanson video.
What?
And it was a Hanson video, and he's talking to her. They just superimpose him into the scene instead of the guy that she was really talking to. And at the end, he goes. She tells him this story about basically the story is fucking Hanson played their song, and at the end he goes, well, what about the Jewel? She goes, I don't like her CDs, I like Hanson. It's pretty dark.
Interesting. I do remember that though. I haven't thought about it in like 20 years, so it's interesting that it's still on your radar. But
I told you I got a fucking memory like an elephant, babe.
Well, you and Mac talk about Hanson all the time. You guys got an unhealthy obsession with him. Did you legit have that record? You might have.
I didn't have that one. I had the Middle of Nowhere though.
Why did you have that? Wasn't the first one 3-Car Garage?
No, that came out after Middle of Nowhere, but it was their older stuff. It was a compilation of their older stuff.
Okay, why did you have Middle of Nowhere? I thought that was the one that had Mbop on it.
Yeah, Middle of Nowhere did.
Oh, so, okay, so you had the one that is probably the most embarrassing to have, so why?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it was donk.
Did you also have, like, Spice World?
No. That was too lame even for me.
You would have been like 7 years old or something when that Middle of Nowhere came out, right? You were pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It was like they're kids. They make music. I could do that, maybe. They do it.
You probably had a crush on that cute drummer.
Yeah, we're like, all of us were like, oh, these chicks are fucking hot. Though. They're all fucking singing in front of a flower in the music video and shit.
Riverman was listening to Boys to Men.
Boys to Men is donk.
Oh yeah.
So you still been playing Red Dead 2, River?
Yeah, I only get it in like once a week just because I'm so busy, but yeah, I still been playing.
I haven't fucking touched it yet.
Really?
It's waiting for me patiently. And I was thinking like, oh, I should start that, but then I remember, no, Resident Evil 2 remake's coming out next week. I'm probably gonna play through that first, so I haven't yet.
I'd rather play Spider-Man before I play Red Dead, and I know you played Spider-Man, but
that's because you're a beta.
I'd probably rather play God of War too. I'd get that off the list before I played Red Dead.
I don't know why.
Just because I don't gravitate to those Rockstar games.
Ugh. They are the rock stars, though, of making video games.
Well, so I'm gonna clear my plate for Resident Evil 2 as well. I have to beat 7 before that comes out. I'm just gonna knock that fucking shit out the weekend RE2 drops to get over with. But I've been playing Mortal Kombat X again because the new Mortal Kombat's coming out in a couple of months. So I've been all addicted to that again, and the big reveal for all that stuff is, I think, in just a day or two, a couple of days. So I've been in Mortal Kombat mode.
There's this screw you biddy. I've been playing just because it's a fucking mindless shooting gallery and I can listen to podcasts while I'm playing it instead of listening to the story. I've been fucking playing Resident Evil 6.
Oh, did you?
Is that good?
No, not really. It's all. I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is, but it's definitely not good. It's got problems.
I'd say it's probably the weakest numbered entry in the game series.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think 5's kind of weak too.
I don't remember enough about 5 to say. I only played. I think 5 is the only one I ever played through once and only once.
If I recall correctly, 5 is even worse than 6. It was peak hold your hand Resident Evil.
Maybe
it's just super linear, holding your hand. They give you that partner that just helps you.
I was thinking part 6 was the one where fucking Chris Redfield is punching boulders, but apparently it's 5 because I just played through Chris Redfield's campaign and never punched a boulder once.
Yeah, that's 5. Are you playing? So you're playing the PS4 version?
Yeah, the newer system ones.
Yeah. Do you notice any kind of graphical overhaul on them?
I don't remember enough about the older version to notice.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to kind of go through that game just for shits, because at least a campaign, like the Leon campaign or something, because it literally only takes a couple of hours to get through them.
Mm-hmm. I still want to play Resident Evil Survivor.
Survivor? What the fuck?
That's probably the worst one of the series, not numbered.
It's the best one, man.
The one that's in first person.
Leave the trolling to Zach. He's better at it.
They did another first person Resident Evil one, Dead Aim. Remember that one?
I do remember that.
That was one that you could beat in like 2 or 3 hours. I guess they all could be beaten that quick. But
what about Outbreak?
The online ones, I never played them. I actually own them, but I've never played them. There was a time where you could literally find those games for $2 at gamers and shit, GameStops and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I played the first Outbreak, never played the second one.
It always drove me crazy how they used the movie font on the box. It drove me absolutely crazy.
That's pretty goofy. You know who they were going for with that when they do shit like that.
Who?
Fucking retards that watch a movie.
Well, it also drove me crazy that the first wave of PlayStation 3 games and the first version of that, the model, they had the Spider-Man font.
Mm-hmm.
That drove me crazy too. You think this is the real Quaid? It is.
How'd he throw his voice though? He was just like just a couple feet away from him, but they still didn't realize. Oh wait, his voice come from that way.
He must have pre-recorded it.
Yeah, he's smart.
I always assumed he pre-recorded it, but even then,
he probably pre-recorded it back when he recorded the message that he found earlier.
Well, I mean, how would he have pre-recorded? Maybe
back in time.
I should have looked for consistencies. Did he have blood on his sleeve? Because that would have debunked that. See? Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. See, they're stupid. They should have known that was the real Quaid because he didn't have that weird fucking like green screen superimposed look added to him.
I don't know. If that was me, I would just shoot everything that looked like Quaid.
Yeah, why wouldn't they just shoot, regardless if it's a hologram or not?
It's fucking stupid.
It's supposed to trick us too, probably.
It doesn't fool us at all.
Yeah.
Because like you said, we actually acknowledge the superimposed green screen. Like they're supposed to pretend it's not there. Look at that. Look at that green. Look at her. She's like imposed. See?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because she's a hologram. Yeah, it looks really weird. Those are cool, man. I want a hologram watch or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah. You could fuck somebody in the pussy and ass at the same time. You could have a three-way with just you.
Well, and obviously they made it clear that it can't touch, you know. It would have been cool as a kid, you know, to sneak out. You have like your hologram in bed, snoring.
You'd have to be acting like you're asleep while you're out, though. That would be confusing.
The very notion that this guy could even give Arnold a run for his money in a fist fight is preposterous. Like he was beating the fuck out of his kidneys, you know, a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
How the fuck did I think earlier in the movie was the end, wherever they got outside bar or out in the atmosphere outside?
Yeah, I was wondering what you're talking about. Like any second, that's at the end of the fucking movie.
Yeah, I'm a fucking Riri.
It's awesome. This is classic.
Yeah.
It's probably the most quotable line of the whole movie. It's probably the most overdone.
Yeah.
But those arms, man, you just don't get action movies like this anymore, where they're just so over the top.
Yeah.
Throwing prosthetic arms off of lifts. That's crazy, dude. Look at that lift. How would you like to be in that fucking thing?
Yeah, I'd be tempted to jack off into the molten fucking or the frozen water here too. Like they gotta breathe in my semen before I let it melt.
What are you afraid of? Turn it on.
Don't touch it.
Once the reaction starts, it'll spread to all the turbinium in the planet.
So,
Mars will go into global meltdown.
do you rank it? I mean, it's obviously Riverman's favorite Arnold movie, but where does it rank for you, Zach?
Who gives a shit what you believe?
Probably 3.
Okay, so what's the first two then?
I put Commando and fucking T2 above this one.
Is T2 number 1 or is T2 number 2?
T2's number 1 probably.
Commando's really good, but I don't know. I can't put Commando in the top 3. As far as action, it fucking delivers, but it's pretty shallow. You know, I can't give it. I can't put it in the top. I know a lot of people rank it really, really high though.
It's just fun.
There's just too many good ones.
And I still wonder if fucking Arnold was fucking preparing his daughter to take his cock one day.
You're fucking weird.
That's terrible. Yeah, I shouldn't make jokes like that.
No love for Red Heat?
Never watched that.
It's terrible.
I've always heard it was.
I can't even say I've watched it because I've never actually made it through. Riverman and we tried watching it one time, and I don't think we...
I thought it was Raw Deal.
Oh, we watched Raw Deal. That's right. Well, Red Heat sucks too, trust me. Red Heat's bad.
I haven't seen Raw Deal either.
Raw Deal's fucking terrible too.
I don't know if I've seen Raw Deal.
We tried watching it, dude.
Oh, okay. I know there was one we were watching. It was fucking awful.
Yeah, Raw Deal.
Yeah, it was probably that one.
It was Raw Deal. It was terrible.
What about like Stay Hungry? Like his earlier...
Hercules Goes to New York's pretty shitty too.
I'm going to give him a pass on stuff like that, though.
Did you see Stay Hungry, whatever that movie is?
No. Collateral Damage is pretty bad too.
That's just that movie's just there for me. I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's good. It's just kind of, it's whatever. I'd probably rather watch Collateral Damage over Eraser, though.
Yeah.
And I'd rather watch it over 6 Day.
I'd go with 6 Day.
Not me.
Junior was decent.
Yeah, Junior's all right.
End of Days.
Collateral Damage, it loses a point because they underutilize John Leguizamo. It's like, how do you put John Leguizamo in the movie and you don't, I don't know, you don't give him a beefier role?
Leguizamo is a god among men.
You just like that because Leguizamo's wearing a Metallica shirt. That's the only reason why you like that movie.
Oh, he's wearing a Sabbath True shirt and a cowboy hat. Yeah, I know.
We still gotta do the pest, baby.
Yeah, we do. We gotta call that month of schlocky comedy that everybody hates.
We'll do a Leguizamo exploitation. We'll do Spawn.
Oh God,
The Pest.
that makes sense. We could do that movie, The Babysitters, where he's fucking the babysitters.
I'd go Total Recall 1.
You ever see that stand-up movie?
Oh, Freak.
I'm sorry, go ahead. You were cutting out, and that's why I talked, but then you cut in right after I said it.
Stand up, you mean?
Go ahead, Riverman.
Oh, well, Riverman, okay. He was doing his ranking.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'd go Total Recall 1. I'd go Terminator 2 second. Terminator 1 third. Oh, shit. I forgot about True Lies.
Fucking Jingle All the Way is good, too.
True Lies could be my favorite, dude.
No. So I wasn't thinking about...
That's top 3. That's top 3.
I wasn't thinking about True Lies either. True Lies is a close contender for that number 3 with Terminator 1. Yeah, so I don't know. True Lies and Terminator, man. Number 3 and number 4.
Yeah, those are my co-number 2s. True Lies and Terminator 2.
Whoa, okay. Really? Really? True Lies is as good as Terminator 2?
I love True Lies, man.
I do too, but
I saw it in theaters with my dad, dude, and it was just so quotable.
Yeah, it's really good.
Still not out on Blu-ray.
That's crazy. I remember when the fucking 10th anniversary passed. Then I remember when the 20th anniversary passed. I think I remember when the 15th anniversary passed. And each time...
Why aren't they putting that on Blu-ray? It doesn't make any sense.
Never got a Blu-ray release. There's something holding it up.
Apparently they're working on it, so... And it seems like it's just taking so long that...
Physical media is going to be out of date now. Like, no one even cares about physical media.
Yeah.
I still have my DVD of that. That's one of the DVDs I never ditched because I know it's not on Blu-ray.
I remember hearing a rumor that, like, they started working on fucking the 10th anniversary one, and it wasn't out in time. Then around the 15-year mark, they finally finished it around the 16-year mark.
We might as well wait.
And they were like, oh, we'll just wait for the 20th year. But obviously that could have been true because they didn't release it.
Yeah, it's always been that. Well, we got it done, but we might as well wait till a round number, and they just keep bumping it up. And it's crazy, man, because that movie was a really big hit. I've never heard of a movie that was so big from such an acclaimed director.
It does get, like, forgotten because it doesn't get shown love, probably.
Only because that, but it was a huge hit, and I'd say it's one of Arnold's biggest movies.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, it's one of the only fucking movies James Cameron's ever directed. He doesn't have that big of a filmography.
Yeah. And it's the only movie where Jamie Lee Curtis actually looks hot in.
She did a good job tucking her dick into those panties.
Oh.
Well, you imagine you're getting ready to fuck Jamie Lee Curtis. You round the back, you're gonna dip in that chocolate highway, and then you notice she got balls fucking stuck back there. You're already like halfway there. Do you just suck them and get it over with, or what?
Why would you suck them? You'd think
You
you
gotta
just
suck the balls.
you think you just pound away if you were just like so deep into it. Why would you be like, well, I'm already this far. Let me suck the balls too.
Yeah, exactly. That's me. That's what I would do.
I find it funny that midget was hanging on so well. Like, she would have been the first one to lose her grip. I want to see her flying away. Ah!
Maybe she's got less fucking body to control. Like she's mostly upper body, so maybe not.
I don't think it would have created atmosphere that quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would take it like a couple hours.
Yeah.
You guys remember when they were talking about a True Lies 2?
Yeah.
When that was on the cards and it just got
9/11 happened.
Yeah. What a bummer.
See, that's the fucking biggest thing. That's what we gotta fucking like. Okay, guys, your religion fucked up that movie. Come on, you gotta just let it die now.
True Lies, if I'm not mistaken, I read was Arnold's second biggest movie ever next to T2. It was pretty close. It was really big. So,
Yeah.
and God knows Tom Arnold wants them to re-release that movie. He needs some residuals.
He was hilarious in it, man.
He's running out of Roseanne money.
And Bill Paxton.
We need fucking a Big Bully too. Also, that's a dog.
There's another holdout on that one, obviously.
Oh yeah, I forgot Bill Paxton passed away, dude.
Yeah, he is kind of.
I said Bill. That's crazy.
It is. He kind of just died suddenly, and it's funny because literally he was on Mark Maron's podcast like not even a week before he died, all out of nowhere, and he was fine.
What happened to him?
He just had a heart attack or something.
Oh really?
He just had a sudden heart attack or something. Yeah, he was fine. It was one of those things where he didn't see it coming. He was on Maron's podcast and he was totally cool and totally fine and happy. And he was on some show. I can't even remember at this point. Obviously, they took it off the air when he died. Well, look at that. Clean air for all. So, I don't understand why were they keeping the atmosphere polluted if they obviously could have made it not polluted?
They mentioned something in passing about him wanting to fucking make people pay for air to breathe or something. So it was just like corruption story.
So, okay, I didn't know if it was a thing where all these people that were born on the planet, they were just kind of led to believe they couldn't breathe out there when they didn't really, maybe they didn't realize there was some corruption going on and they really could.
Yeah.
I don't know. I missed the fucking flash of light, man.
Oh, he died of complications from heart surgery.
Heart surgery, okay. Hey, Little Nicky's streaming on Prime. You love that movie, Zach.
Oh, mine popped up too, Little Nicky.
I didn't say I love it. I just said I have a soft spot for it.
I don't like it.
God, that movie's horrible. I hate that movie.
Up next.
Yeah, it's been a while since I saw it. I could watch it. I think it's terrible.
Yeah, anyway.
You know what? If we really wanted to fucking kill ourselves, we could do an Adam Sandler exploitation.
That's all right, because there's like 2 movies that do it. I'd be like, I'm done.
Something makes me think we need to do it. Fucking welcome to the 8th part of the fucking, Adam Sandler exploitation. We're doing Jack and Jill, baby.
No, it's all right, man. I know how much you fucking love Mr. Deeds.
Ugh.
He loves that movie, man.
Me?
Yeah, you do. You always talk about Mr. Deeds, dude.
I don't love it.
You fucking always talk about that shit.
I remember thinking that was the first chink in his fucking armor back when it came out. Was like, okay, yeah, obviously he's not going to keep this going much longer. You're not thinking of Mac? Mac brings it up a lot.
It was better than that Punch Drunk Love. That was god awful.
I watched it.
See, that's the movie he does that people respect.
Because it's a Paul Thomas Anderson. No, it's got to be good.
Trash.
It's just artsy fartsy. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Paul Thomas Anderson. I mean, I'm not a hipster that's going to call him P.T. Anderson because all the hipsters call him P.T. Anderson. But I'm not that big of a fan. It's not that... Like Life Aquatic of Steve Zissou and Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, see, I don't even have any fucking. There's no want in me to watch anything he makes, and I see like the covers of the movies. Oh, Life Aquatic. Oh, you want to watch that? No, this looks like shit.
Have you not seen any of his movies?
No, I don't think so. I think I see Punch Drunk Love, but I don't remember much about it.
I like Life Aquatic because of Bill Murray, but that was it.
Well, it's got Bill Murray. It's got Willem Dafoe. I mean, he's got good casts. But I guess to his credit, you always know it's a P.T. Anderson movie, even if you didn't realize it was when you started watching it, because he's got a very apparent style, which I guess that's a plus for him, but it's just not my style. The humor's so dry.
I never even saw There Will Be Blood.
See, I watched that and I wasn't impressed at all. Like, I went into that thinking it was going to be great because all I've heard was like, oh, this is amazing. And I was like, yeah, this isn't amazing, though. This didn't cure my cancer.
He's kind of like the Coens, where he has two types of movies that are very much still his style. The ones that are like Life Aquatic, Royal Tenenbaums, where they're very, very dry comedies. And then he has stuff like There Will Be Blood that I think's a little different.
I don't like the Coen brothers either. I got that True Grit for like $4 or whatever because I wanted to watch it. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, but that movie's just all right. The Coen brothers, I don't like every one of their movies, but they've got good movies. Come on. I don't like Raising Arizona. I don't think that's a very good movie.
The most overrated movie is what's that one with the cowboy movie? Or it's not cowboy, it's
True Grit.
No.
Cowboy Way.
Oh, Big Lebowski. I don't like it.
That's okay.
I don't like Big Lebowski. I've never been able to understand it, man.
There's no cowboy in Big Lebowski.
Well, technically, fucking Sam Elliott's kind of a cowboy in that.
Oh, yeah. But...
No Country for Old Men's terrible.
No Country for Old Men. Yeah,
that's shit.
I've never wanted to revisit it. I watched it the one time, and I'm like, whatever. But I like when they do serious. Obviously, Fargo is tops, right? There's serious, more gritty stuff.
Yeah, Fargo is good.
Where it's got like black comedy elements, and then they do stuff like Raising Arizona and stuff, and Big Lebowski. I just don't get it. The more stoner type stuff.
Did you watch The Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
No.
It was okay.
I've never seen Barton Fink either. I hear that movie's just a big clusterfuck, and it really doesn't make any sense. Barton Fink has your homeboy John Turturro in it, and of course, John Goodman. I heard that when they made Barton Fink, they were suffering real writer's block working on another project. So they decided to make Barton Fink about a guy that's suffering from writer's block. And I hear it just kind of goes no. It's like, what the fuck am I watching? It's like a whole lot of nothing. I have to watch it though. I'm looking at the recommended stuff after watching this on Prime. They put Thinner on Prime. Zach, we didn't have a Stephen King exploitation.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Graveyard Shift, Silver Bullet, obviously. We have that in Vudu as well.
I watched Dolores Claiborne recently. It's one of his that I've never seen, and I liked it.
They got
it's Donk.
When did that come out?
Probably early 90s.
Is that on Prime?
I got a copy of it.
They have Dead Zone. I really like Dead Zone, actually.
I've never watched it, but I'm looking at it right now. Oh fuck,
Yeah.
dude! They got Navy SEALs on here. I haven't seen that in forever. I might watch Navy SEALs.
Oh boy, Navy SEALs.
It's our boy Michael Biehn.
I don't think I've ever seen Navy SEALs.
Michael Biehn, dude, before he hit the sauce and lost his career.
Yeah.
And Delta Force 2. Oh, that's not streaming. Dude, have you ever seen Colors? This movie with Sean Penn and Robert Duvall.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It is a good movie. Back when I liked Sean Penn. Now he's kind of intolerable.
Yeah.
But oh, dude, they got Highlander on here, man. There's big movies on here we could do commentaries for sometime.
Basic Instinct.
Yeah, Highlander. That's a movie that I can't like. I get it. It's got a cult following, but I love the story. I like the characters. I should like it. Like I want to, but the movie itself is just missing something. It's got Clancy fucking Brown in it. It's got a great cast. There's just something about it. Have you seen it, Zach? You should watch it. A lot of people fucking love it. For me, it's missing something. And I don't know what it is because it's got so much going for it. And Highlander 2, people fucking hate that movie. But find Highlander 2 a little bit more enjoyable because it's one of those things where when they made Highlander 3, they disregarded part 2 altogether and made a direct sequel to the first one because people hated 2 so bad. And it's so drastic. Highlander 2 takes place way into the future. And Connor McLeod, Christopher Lambert's got like a really cheesy wig. It's almost like Blade Runner. What the fuck's going on here? But it's so over the top ridiculous that it's, to me, good. But there's some good shit. Oh, Cujo's on here too, man. I don't really care for that movie, but there's a lot of Stephen King stuff in here. We could really go crazy on some King.
The king has returned.
All right. Well, anyway, Riverman, since we never talk to you anymore, well, I talk to you in private, but do you have anything you want to get off your chest? What's going on with you, man? Talk to the people that have missed you. Give them a little something. What's new?
Let them know how big your dick is. We've been debating back and forth, all of us.
There's not too much going on with me, just working.
In the dick department? Okay, not too much?
Just working. Hanging out with the kiddo.
Rock on.
Doing, watching some TV shows pretty much is it. Nothing really.
Oh, you're watching all those TV shows, man, when you could be doing a podcast, well, at least once a month. Give your fan base something.
Fan base. Nobody likes me. So.
You have people.
What's some TV shows you've been watching?
I did watch the new Jack Ryan series on Amazon Prime. I liked it.
With fucking guy from Office?
Yeah, it was good. I watched,
Did you watch the movie he directed?
which one?
Quiet Place?
No, I haven't seen that. Is that good?
It's decent.
It's all right.
I basically have not seen a horror flick in a while because there hasn't been anything I've wanted to see. Even the new Halloween, I'm just like, ugh.
That's the last new horror movie I've seen in a long time. I think the previous movie I saw before a new Halloween was Terrorizer or Terrifier, whatever the fuck it is. The clown movie.
I've been going through all the Unsolved Mysteries still.
I got burnt out on that.
Did you?
I was hooked on it for a few seasons, and I found when you hit that point where you start realizing you're not paying attention to most of them that are on anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like you're kind of like looking at your phone, you're doing other shit, and it's like I'm not getting anything out of the season, so I might as well stop and come back to it and revisit when I'm feeling it.
I wish they would upload the collections of them. Like, oh, you want to see just the ghost stories? Watch this, and it's all the ghost story like that. I like that a little more, I think.
Yeah, they always have like the lost loves and all that crap nobody cares about.
Yeah, there's some duds in there that break the consistency for me. The thing is, if I'm watching that stuff, I'm in bed chilling, so I'm kind of halfway clocked out as it is. So if it's boring, man, I'm gonna check out.
Yeah, but it's now that football season's winding down, I'll be able to watch some more TV shows and movies and probably jump on more. So blame it on football season.
Okay, so what do we blame it on when it's not football season?
Laziness.
Baseball season.
I don't know.
Well, we'd like to have you on more, man. It's always refreshing when you come on. So
we'll let you pick the movie, baby. Anytime you want to come on, just let us know.
But if you start coming on more often, that shit's going out the window. Like, what the fuck? He just picks the movie all the time?
What if I pick, like, The Sound of Music or, like, Singing in the Rain or something like that?
I would do it.
I'd say you guys have fun.
I'd do it.
It creates quite the opportunity for Zach to make a lot of Auschwitz jokes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I'll come up with something.
That's the one thing Zach hasn't touched on. He's not afraid to go taboo, but he's never touched on anti-Semitic jokes.
I haven't.
I don't think you have. Isn't it funny how I think that's where your line is? But it's funny. There's so many different things I've never heard you talk about that a lot of people joke about.
It's mainly because I never think of shit like that. I don't know.
You don't even acknowledge or make sort of off-color, talk about racial stereotypes or anything. That's what a lot of people do. You don't even go there, but you go straight for the pedo humor. Like, what the fuck? You know two speeds.
Oh.
1 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, recommend on Amazon Prime Southern Comfort, the Walter Hill movie. Check that out, people. It's fucking great.
Walter Hill.
I like Walter Hill, man. 48 Hours.
Yeah, and what else? I've been watching basically all the Death Wish movies over again, and some.
Did you watch the fucking remake of Death Wish
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
I still haven't seen it. I put it in Vudu and I haven't watched it yet. And
It's definitely worth a watch. I mean,
I might fall asleep watching that or something. The backlog is so huge. Anyway, we're not going to banter on too much longer. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. It was fun, just sort of a shoot the shit, chill out episode. Wanted to do something to welcome River back before he leaves us again. And we did a movie like Total Recall that he's very comfortable with, obviously. And technically, he requested it, so we're following suit with our request month. But, I mean, we already know what we're going to do next week. Do you want to tell everybody?
We do it. I Spit on Your Grave.
We are. So we're going to do that one next. And that one's been requested more than once. I'm pretty fucking sure. So, and what did we drop last time, Zach?
We did fucking Psycho 4.
Psycho 4, and that was a request as well, and that was really fun. We had Josh James on for that, so you guys can check that out on the channel right now, amongst a plethora of fucking shit, because we've been putting out so much content in the last couple of months. It's silly, so I don't blame anybody for not being able to keep up for it. So hopefully you guys are keeping that backlog, you know. So other than that, I really think that's all I want to say. Why don't we round it out with a rating? Todd, do you think this is a perfect 10?
I give it a 9.5.
9.5. What would be a perfect 10 if this is your favorite Arnold movie? What's a perfect 10? Because I assume you're
Arnold doesn't have a perfect 10.
I'm assuming you're grading it on action, right? On an action scale.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's a 10 action movie then?
Just pure action, not storyline. Rambo 4.
No, everything.
Oh.
Dude, come on. Rambo 4. Yeah, if you're just going off one dimension and it just being a slaughterhouse, yeah, okay, it's a 10. But Rambo 4's got a shit story and all kinds of shit actors in it.
Yeah.
As a whole, though, what's better than Total Recall? I always thought this was your creme de la creme for action.
It is, but I don't know. I'd have to get you next time on that. I don't even know.
All right, Zach, what about you?
I just pissed in a bottle. If anybody heard that, it's pretty dog.
I did.
I'd put this, this is a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Just on the action spectrum or overall?
Overall?
Well, I was thinking action. But really? It's only a 7 or 8 when it comes to action?
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's what it is. Interesting.
I have the way I rate shit. Leave me alone, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to give it like a 9 or something like that, too. I got to leave a little bit of a ceiling, you know? Because T2 is obviously better. T2's about as perfect as an action movie gets. I'd have a hard time.
Yeah, you should even do it like that. You should just be like, okay, this is a movie. How much do I enjoy this? You don't fucking compare it to other movies. That's unfair.
Oh, in that case, the Mortal Kombat movie's a fucking 10. And that's definitely not a 10, but it's a 10 to me, right? So, All right. Well, that's all we got, guys. Thanks so much for listening. Like I said, follow us on YouTube. If you're a first timer, make sure you're subscribing. You're clicking the notification bell and all that stupid stuff they make you do now. And like I said, look in the description below if you guys are on YouTube, and you can find links to take you to the podcast platform of your choosing. We're everywhere. Also, we've introduced doing live commentaries. And we're going to do those every now and again. We're going to start implementing those in Patreon prospects and things like that. But anyway, if you guys want to know when we're going to be going live, where you guys can be part of the commentary, follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. And we'll always let you know and keep you up to date when we're planning on doing that stuff, or when we're going live for Retro Rampage, or if we're going to go live spur of the moment. We'll always give a 5, 10, 15, 30 minute heads up. So it's always best to follow us on those things. What else? Oh, another reason to be on board with the live commentaries is they usually go up much later. If they do make their way on YouTube, you're going to have to wait. But anyway, those were a lot of fun. That's all I got, man. That's all we got.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have been beautiful. Riverman, you've been beautiful. Zach, you've been beautiful. Thank you all. Bye-bye, puppets.